Caitlin Clark's SNL appearance blew minds in more ways than one. Sure, she looked amazing, but you'll never guess what she gave Michael Che as a parting gift. While the Iowa Hawkeyes GOAT didn't end her college career with a national title, Clark went out on a high note by scoring an invite to appear on Saturday Night Live. She can look so different when she wears makeup, and while she did get a bit glammed up for the show, she still stayed true to her signature sporty style. She also proved why she deserves to be the face of her sport. Her eye makeup was dark but subtle. She had on a minimal amount of blush, and she sported dark pink lipstick in a natural shade. She ditched the ponytail that fans are used to seeing swishing around on the court in favor of a sleek hairstyle with a center part, and her brunette tresses were ridiculously shiny and smooth. She used the platform she was given to give a shout-out to the female basketball pros she has looked up to, including her personal fave, Maya Moore.
These are the women that kicked down the door so I could walk inside.
Needless to say, fans were here for it. One viewer tweeted, "She gave credit to the women who paved the way for her to be as successful as she is, and she looked gorgeous doing it." However, Clark's outfit choice had some people scratching their heads. They wanted to know why she appeared to be repping a team other than her own. Instead of wearing Hawkeye yellow on SNL, Caitlin Clark sported a black Letterman jacket with white trim and an end patch, which some viewers mistook for a variation of the Nebraska Cornhuskers logo. However, sports photographer Brie Lewerke tweeted that the coat was actually a Nike design that retails for $550. Clark earned some hefty paychecks during her college career through name, image, and likeness deals, and Nike was one of her biggest sponsors, so it makes sense after all. Fans will likely see similar promotional fashion statements from Clark once she goes pro. There's been some chatter about Clark getting humbled when she joins the WNBA, but her endorsement deals aren't going anywhere. However, the brands she works with could change. Her deal with Nike was set to expire when her college career ended, so the company will have to compete with other brands to convince Clark to keep wearing its famous swoop. A shoe company exec told The Athletic she'll be regarded as one of the greatest gets of all time for the brand that gets her. That being said, it's possible she may end up collaborating with a brand on her own line of merch. In fact, she already has a head start after making a custom creation for Weekend Update co-anchor Michael Che. The clothing item was all part of Clark's secret mission to take Michael Che to school and teach him a hard lesson, which is that some of his jokes about women's sports are sexist. The comedian has been criticized for targeting female athletes in the past. For instance, when Che reposted cruel jokes about gymnast Simone Biles on social media, there were even calls for him to be fired. He even made a sexist joke about Clark specifically before she joined him on camera.
The University of Iowa announced that basketball star Caitlin Clark will have her jersey retired and replaced with an apron.
In instant retaliation, Clark made Che recite some jokes that she wrote for him. While he did laugh, he also seemed a bit uncomfortable roasting himself. The first joke started off with Che reporting that the Indiana Fever had the first pick in the upcoming WNBA draft, but then came the brutal punchline.
A reminder that Indiana Fever is a WNBA team and not what Michael Che gave to dozens of women at Purdue University.
Being that Clark did in fact get chosen by the Fever the following Monday, that joke will live rent-free in our heads for quite some time. After a few more jokes, she topped it all off by leaving the comic with a parting gift, an autographed pink apron. When Che said he planned on gifting it to his girlfriend, Clark dunked on him one more time by saying,
"You don't have a girlfriend, Mike."
All right.